Knicks Nation. Today is Tuesday, the 27th day of February 2024. I hope you're safe and healthy today. Your family is safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family, in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health, are being met. Speaking of health, blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, who work along with first responders every day to try to save lives, and those also that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children who are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People who are also the victims of prostitution and child prostitution. People that are victims of pornography and child pornography, human trafficking, sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, double curses on the profiteers, and double curses on the perverts that create the demand for this industry. Finally, blessings upon the homeless. Nearly 600,000 men, women, and children homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There was a basketball game at Madison Square Garden last night. One of the wildest finishes that I can remember in a long time. The New York Knicks ended up defeating the Detroit Pistons 113-111 on Josh Hart's last second and one from Jalen Brunson. Scramble at the end of the game was outrageous. As Tom Thibodeau said after the game, it was a very physical game all game. As I said, this is the league. It is going to be always those people that are out here trying to be negative, because that's what they do. You know, they should have destroyed this team. It's a shame it was so close. This is the league. Any team can be any other team on any given night. That ain't no cliche. That's the truth. And if you look at Detroit, I watch Detroit on a regular basis. They are in games most of the time. They very rarely get blown out. They're in games usually into the fourth quarter or the end of the third quarter, and then their youth and their inexperience usually comes in. So they're getting better as the year goes on. And Cade Cunningham, man, he really has gotten better from his rookie year. Like, I liked him as a superstar in the future coming out of Oklahoma State. He just had all the tools, very smooth with his game, very under control, and just, superior in many ways to his peers. It was shown at Oklahoma State, and again, it's shown in the league. Last year, he missed a lot of time with a problem with his shin, if I recall. And this year, he's back. They're really going to be good. He is the focal point. He's only like 22 years old. And so they got a nice young squad. They're going to need some help, eventually. But this year, they're going to continue to develop. Grimes is going to fit in very well over there once he gets his feet planted there. He looked good last night. And so they're going to end up, eventually hitting their mark. This is one of those little kids you can beat up on while they little, but when they get grown, they're going to be a problem. So last night, the Knicks were able to get this win. And the reason, really, this is, again, another game where in years past, particularly pre-Leon Rose, pre-Tom Thibodeau, the Knicks would have lost this game. This would have been a game they would have lost. But they got a guy named Jalen Brunson, and he is of the ilk of I'm refusing to lose. And as long as there's a minute left or seconds left on the clock, we're going to win this game. That's how he comes. He responds like nobody that I haven't seen in the Knicks in a long time to the opponents. When they get a run, he responds with a three. And his three will be deep. Sometimes he responds in the lane. It's really amazing that we have this guy at this price. I noticed that I'm starting to see a pattern with Tibbs' substitutions over the stretch since they got the two new guys. What happens is he brings Alec Burks in, and I'm not saying I like this, but this is the pattern. He brings Alec Burks in first for Dante. Then he brings in Bogdanovich for Hart. Then he brings in Deuce for Brunson. And he lets Brunson play the longest. Makes sense. Then he brings back in either Dante or Hart or Brunson, and he'll take either one of the two new guys will come out. Either it be Burks or Bodega 44. One of them will come out. And then you play Deuce with Brunson sometimes or with them for a little while. So that's the way the pattern is going at this point. I did also notice that there were defensive breakdowns, obviously with Burks and Bogdanovich, but Tom didn't wait too long to pull him when that happened. Particularly in the fourth quarter, Bogdanovich, like I said, he's scoring 6 points. And the thing that bothers me a little bit, everybody on the media, in New York media and other, wait till his shot gets comfortable and he's going to be able to shoot. The problem is not shooting. The problem is defense. It's almost like, it took me a long time to learn this. You cannot overcome a bad diet with a lot of exercise. Okay? If you got a bad diet, you could exercise all you want. You're still going to be overweight. And you're still going to suffer. And you can still hurt yourself. Can't overcome a bad diet with exercise. Well, why did I bring that up? You can't overcome bad defense with shooting. Okay? Especially if you're a bench piece and you're dependent on to help either increase a lead, hold a lead, get a lead. And so Bogdanovich can shoot, and yeah, he's going to shoot better, but his defense sucks. And he was so bad. Tom pulled him and this is the thing, in the fourth quarter, Tom Thibodeau will play the guys that he thinks can help him win. The guys generally that have a rhythm going, like against Philly, he kept Bogdanovich in the game. He did not put, he kept Achua at the 5. He did not put Hartenstein's back in the game, not because it wasn't a minutes restriction, it was because that team that was out there was flowing. And that's how he does it. Whoever's flowing in the fourth, he gonna run you. Bogdanovich was pulled and Precious was put back in as it should. And all the people talking about Precious is gonna be the odd man out. Y'all need to stop tripping. You're gonna have Mitch Rob, Precious, and Josh Hart. You're gonna have Deuce playing again quasi rotation minutes with Brunson. I don't think Bogdanovich and Burks are both going to be playing any significant minutes when it comes playoff time. And I think this week and next week, before Juju and OG get back, Tom is going to find out who's going to play. Okay? Bogdanovich's defense is such that I don't see how he's going to do it, but we'll see. We're going to see. That's what this week is about. So, but Precious is going to be in the rotation. It's not see again. People focus on shooting. Like I heard even an announcer, I forgot which one of them said, but I think it was Han said, "Well, who's going to pick up the offense when Brunson is out?" That's not how it works. Brunson is a star that's really burgeoning on superstar status, especially if the Knicks go far this year. You can't just replace that. Okay, you need committee to replace that. So if Brunson wasn't playing, the Knicks offense is going to hurt. Period. Okay, Bogdanovich is only going to bring you a lot of points, but bad defense. So you need to try to make it a committee situation, which is why you have Dante, you have OG, and of course you hope you get back Juju. That will make up the scoring. Okay, so you can't just say, well, who's going to score when because last night, without Brunson we'd be in trouble. Well, they're short. They're only playing 7 guys. So, what you want. So the thing is, you can't again overcome bad defense hoping you could shoot your way out of it. It's not going to happen, especially with Tom Thibodeau. So last night, Brunson was that guy. And then, of course, there's Josh Hart. Josh Hart, the thing is, I call him Charlie Hustle because every night, sometimes he shoots good, sometimes he doesn't shoot good, sometimes he makes good decisions with the basketball, sometimes he makes bad decisions with the basketball. But one thing you will always get from Charlie Hustle. He will always be diving on the floor. He will always be going for the rebound. He will always be playing tough defense. You're going to get that from him every night. That's how you win championships. Okay? So Hart last night, 23 points, 8 of 17, 3 of 5 from the three-point line, 4 of 7 from the free throw line. He didn't shoot too good, but 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 rebounds on offensive end, 2 steals. And you saw all that when he played last night. Just not stats. You saw all that when he played last night. So that's why Hart is going to always be in Tom Thibodeau's rotation, especially now in his prime. That's a Thibodeau dude, okay? Dante, another tough cat that can shoot the rock. I don't really like when he takes Dante out to put Burks in. Dante played 32 minutes last night and Burks played 14. You could have played Dante 40, in my view, okay? And he's built to play the minutes. He ain't going to wear out. He's built to play them minutes. Them Villanova cats can play some minutes. Okay, they're some tough cats. And so they could all do that. That's no problem. So I didn't like that. Dante still hit 5 threes last night. 21 points, 5 threes, all over the floor. Get bad pass at the end. Bad pass at the end, no doubt. But he got the ball back. Got the ball back, got it to Brunson. Brunson gets it to Hart, basket. So I like the way that flew. Now, Precious, people are making a big deal out of Precious because he's hesitant. He's a little hesitant right now. Stop tripping. He's gonna be all right. Okay? Precious just needs to keep playing. That's all. That's all. The more he plays and the more he plays with the crew he's playing with, the more comfortable he's going to get and the more confident. That's really it is. The more confident he's going to get. Don't make a big issue out of nothing that's not a big issue. Shoot Precious. Somebody asked me a question yesterday. Can he shoot like this in the playoffs? He's never been in the playoffs like this. But I tell you what he will bring in the playoffs, 100% guarantee. Defense and rebounding. That's how you win. Okay? Defense, he's going to bring that in the playoffs 100%. He's not afraid of anybody as far as defense and rebounding. Him and Hartenstein, yeah, they're going to be all right. Hartenstein, they ramped him up, didn't play him up, didn't play him over 30 minutes. He played 27 minutes last night. Like I said, the way this has been going since Hartenstein has been the guy that's been running when the Knicks have been rolling in terms of with OG and Juju and Dante and Brunson. He could probably be that still when Mitch Rob comes back. Because you try to start Mitch Rob, he's got to get ramped up. So at least at first, like for like the end of March, the games that whatever Mitch Rob plays in March and the beginning of April, he's going to be coming off the bench. I don't know how Tibbs is going to do it in the playoffs, but you want to keep the flow with Hartenstein because that's how they've been running. 5 in a row, then 9 in a row. So just keep that flow going. And then when Mitch ramps up and he's ready, you could make your decision at the playoff, when it comes to the playoffs. But I like Mitch Rob in that second unit. You bring Mitch Rob in there with Precious and Hart and Deuce, and then you add an OG or a Brunson to it, as I mentioned yesterday. Nah, that's a bench right there. That's a real bench right there. You're not worried about defense. You're going to get scoring. I'm not worried about it, okay? I'm concerned when Bogdanovich gets in there because homie can't guard his shadow, okay? Burks, sometimes, but not consistently. Okay, so I don't trust these two dudes at playoff time. Right now, so good, all good. You got to play them. Them two, 22 minutes for Bogdanovich, 14 minutes for Burks. Sims played 20, and Sims is playing Thibodeau style ball. And then you got McBride. He got 10 minutes because what? Brunson got 40. There you go. 48 minutes at the point guard, 50 of them. There you go, okay? And 2 minutes he played with Brunson along his side. So I want to see what happens when Juju and OG get back. And that's why this week is important. They got a back-to-back tonight. I'm expecting a reduction in energy. The concern I have is not the reduction in energy in and of itself, is because of the reduction in energy, are we going to get more Bogdanovich and Burks, which means less defense? Now, you can play. Achua is going to be ready tonight. He can go 40 minutes. I'm not worried about him at all. He can go 40 minutes. Hartenstein's been chomping at the bit to get more minutes, so I'm not worried about him either unless he gets in foul trouble. Hopefully he doesn't. Brunson, Brunson is Brunson. He's our dude. He's going to be doing his thing. It's Hart and DiVincenzo. Hart really, a Charlie Hustle dude. He could lose some energy, so can Devo, and it'll show in their concentration level in terms of on Hart to show in his defense, and Devo to show in turnovers and his shots coming up short. His shot was coming up a little short last night, but he overcame. He's a tough kid, man. All three of them Villanova dudes, tough as nails, man. They fit Thibodeau like a glove. So I'm expecting less minutes for Sims, more minutes for Hartenstein, less minutes for Bogdanovich, more minutes for Achua. I want to see what happens with McBride. McBride seems to fit like he has to score his points within 15 minutes. He gets 10, 15 minutes, he has to score his points in that time. And sometimes he does. Sometimes, last night he only got 2 shots. That's because Burks took 9, Bogdanovich took 11. Okay, is what it is. But we'll see what happens tonight. It's going to be a tough game. The Pelicans could play. Even without Zion, with Trey Murphy the third, with Herb Jones, they could ball. Okay. Now Alvarado's a Nick killer from New York. He's suspended for getting off the bench and against I forgot who it was, but they had a team fight, so he's suspended for tonight's game. He's a Nick killer. Of course, we know what's his name? Wait, let me catch him here. Let me catch him here. We talking about what's his name? McCollum. We know McCollum's tough. B.I. is gonna play. Brandon Ingram's gonna play. Herb Jones, Valanciunas, Larry Nance Jr., Naj Marshall, Trey Murphy III. Alvarado's not gonna play. Jordan Hawkins is really good. He's gonna probably get some minutes. And of course, we know again. I mentioned Herb Jones. He's gonna be tough. So McCollum is day to day with an ankle. Zion Williams is day to day. What's wrong with him again now? This guy's always hurt. What's wrong with him? He's crumbling up on that Anthony Ambulance problem. Foot contusion. I'm telling y'all, the dude is tremendous, Zion. But 280 pounds on that frame ain't supposed to be doing all that all the time. It's just too much. It's just too much. He's got to get down to like 260, man, for real. 260, 255, and he'll be really, Charles Barkley better, but he can't be playing at 280. He's going to always have these problems. That's why I'm not worried. Somebody, well, what about, let's go up and pull him off the shelf like a loaf of bread. Let's just get Zion. No. I'd rather have Julius. He's more available. Zion, play half your season. Okay? Half your season. And he'll help you when he gets in there. You'll win like 7% of those games, but you won't get a whole bunch of them. So there you go. Anyway, tonight, against the Pelicans ain't going to be easy. I kind of like that it ain't going to be easy because the Knicks, that's what they took Detroit lightly. They did not. But they definitely not going to take the Pelicans lightly. So this is going to be a game. And I'm looking forward to hopefully Deuce getting back into the flow a little bit more. And then we'll see what happens. I'm still concerned. Every time I see Burks and Bodega on the floor, all I can see is the glaring weaknesses on defense. That's all I can see. Offense, I don't care. They could shoot. Great, they could shoot. But them brothers give up some points. Okay? And Tibbs, like I said last night, he didn't waste a lot of time. When they got beat a couple times, he pulled them. I saw it. He pulled them. Okay? And he was ready to see what Bodega could do in the fourth. But homie started, slacking off defensively. Precious came right in there. I heard him. Precious, man, took off his stuff. He went right in there, and Precious did business. Okay, so we're gonna see what happens. But Tibbs got some decisions to make. I don't know how he's gonna play these two dudes. I just don't know. When OG and Drew get back, you're gonna have to do something. We'll see. Anyway, y'all enjoy the game tonight. Hopefully we get a W. Y'all enjoy the game. Be safe out there. It's a dangerous world we live in. And enjoy. Shalom.